Hey folks, Lionel here. I'm actually at one of our rental properties right now, and I'm with Sean Phillips from Click Splash Wow. And Sean does amazing real estate videos, and we actually partner with him on a lot of other video projects. If you need any video, Sean definitely is someone that you should consider talking to. He does amazing work, which I'll actually link to the video that we shot here today as well. But since we're doing this shoot, I actually wanted to take just a couple moments to share about 5 to 6 quick tips on how small business owners can actually use video to their advantage to drive sales and increase their revenue. So I hope you stick with me, and I really hope you gain a lot of value out of these next 5 to 6 tips. So the first tip I want to share is to be able to look at your video project actually as an asset. And it is something that you're investing in. And when I use the term asset, I'm being very specific about that, because an asset is something that is producing ongoing results for you or your business. And the video should do exactly that. Right? There are times where we need to do a one-off video, but try to limit those as much as possible. And when you're producing a video, try to have something that's evergreen, which means, again, it's not going to be dated. It'll go on for quite a long time and still be relevant. But the most important point of this tip here is, again, looking at it as an asset. And you're looking at it as, how can we make this investment in video? How can we make it into something that will continue to generate business for us? Okay, so it could be something like even this real estate video, we're going to share it with investors, future tenants, on websites. We've got lots of different options. And again, it's not something we're using just one time. The second tip I have for you is to be able to keep your audience in mind. And what I mean by that is think about, what does the audience care about? They don't necessarily care about what you are trying to sell. They have their own needs, they have their own pain points, they have their own problems, and they're looking for solutions or entertainment or information. But think about, what do they really care about? And that's what you want to be able to produce for them in video. One thing I ask quite a bit, as we're developing, marketing campaigns and messages is, who cares? Right? So when you're creating something, ask yourself, well, who really cares about this? If it's nobody, well, then you should probably not do that campaign or use that message. Use something else. But the flip side to that, or the other way to look at it is, okay, if no one cares right now, what can we come up with that people really will care about and resonate and add a lot of value? So just keep that in mind as you're putting this together. What does our audience really care about, and what do they need? Okay, the next tip that I have for you is to realize, just like you have different golf clubs, there's different styles of video for different purposes as well. So there is for sure a time and place for fancy, sophisticated, well-polished videos, right? Maybe it's, to be creating a splash on your website, or it's for annual awards, and it's a corporate event. Those are events that have lots of eyeballs on them, and they really need to be polished. But a lot of times, video can be, run and gun or scrappy, and just even something like this today, where you're just basically sharing your expertise and talking about a specific topic that you are passionate about. That's often really all that is needed. And people really love to be able to get to see behind the scenes, so take time to do that. So again, make sure you have some short, scrappy videos, run and gun style, and mix those in, with the more corporate ones when those are needed. Okay, so another really important point that I feel is to have a plan in place. Now, please, please, please don't think that I mean to write out every single word of your video. I am definitely not suggesting that, but have a plan in place. Think about this before you turn on the camera. What is the objective of the video? Who is the audience? What do they care about? What are their pain points? What are the key messages that we're going to cover? What are the anecdotes and fun stories or customer testimonials and examples that we're going to share? What is the style of the video going to look like? Where's the best lighting? Is sound good? All of those sorts of things are all part of that pre-planning. And when you do that beforehand, then when you turn on the camera, you can just get in, say your message, and get out. Okay, so my next point, speaks to this. I do see a lot of small business owners that really do struggle with video. They're excellent communicators, charismatic, friendly people, great at telling stories. You put a camera in their face and they're a completely different person. Okay, so in those cases, they're generally making video to be a much bigger deal than it really is. Okay, so one tip to deal with that actually is just to document your process. So just like say we've gone through this renovation for this rental property, we can actually just document what we've done and talk about the things, and that makes it a lot easier than writing out scripts and all those different things. So oftentimes, again, it can be challenging and overwhelming to actually come up with the super detailed plans and scripts and so on. And oftentimes it's just much easier once you have your plan. Just turn on the camera, document what you're doing. People love to be able to see behind the scenes. So my next tip is to always tell a story. When we were putting the different plans together for the renovation of this home, we really were looking to the very end. When we have prospective tenants come through for the tour, or when we're putting this video together with Sean, what are the stories that we're going to be able to tell and highlight? So a couple things that we looked at, for example, was we added this nice little nook here, with the prevalence of people working at home with COVID. We wanted to have an extra workstation for someone with a nice quartz countertop. Another thing that we did too was, upgrading the doors, and even something as simple there, but just for us to be able to stop and to be able to show people that they're hefty, beefy doors, and it's not a cheap rental or cheap builder door. Those are just little stories that we have peppered throughout our sales pitch as we're giving these prospective tenants a tour. So really keep that in mind. What are the stories that you can weave from your business all throughout your video? All right, folks, there you go. There's a handful of tips on how to be able to use video in your business, and most importantly, how to use it as an asset, right? Just like any other asset you'd have, again, it's something that's building value and producing return over and over and over again, month after month, year after year. All right, so I hope you're able to get a lot from these tips. If you did have a favorite tip, or if you have other tips that you'd like to share on video, we'd love to hear from you about that as well. And also, hey, check out this video that Sean Phillips from Click Splash Wow did. It really is phenomenal and gives a great overview of this property and what it's like to live here. But also think about, or also listen to what he's actually saying and the words that he's using. He's very purposeful with his script and really getting to the emotions that come from living here, rather than just saying, hey, it's a 2-bedroom, single car garage, those sorts of things. So thanks a lot for watching. Look forward to seeing more discussion in the comments.
What's on your checklist for the perfect home to rent? Walking distance to groceries, seconds away from parks and schools, just around the corner from restaurants, stores, amenities, and all the convenience of the Pembina Strip? If location matters to you, welcome home. And as homes go, this place is pristine. There's loads of warm natural light gleaming off the on-trend luxury vinyl plank flooring. Acres of cupboard and counter space in the kitchen, which is tucked away around the corner. So when you have guests over for dinner, the mess stays in here, while the entertainment happens out here. Having 2 big, bright bedrooms on the main level is perfect, no matter where you are in life's journey. Maybe you need an office, or maybe you need to be close to the little ones during the night. There's even more office space, or perhaps a place for the in-laws or overnight guests in the lower level too. Versatility is the name of the game in this well-planned layout. Movie night, games night, gym space, rec space, you have room for whatever you're into down here. And there's still place for a recently refreshed washroom and storage and a laundry room tucked away around the corner. Having a lower level like this to enjoy will make these Winnipeg winters fly by. But when barbecue season rolls around, there's a secluded deck right off the kitchen to enjoy. Plus green space, mature trees, a greenhouse or man cave or she shed, and plenty of room for the kids and pets to run wild while friends and family gather around the bonfire. Top to bottom, inside out, this place just screams opportunity.